My name is Shirley Beach.
My name is Marshall Beach, and we are called to be sent.
Well, Marshall picked on me in school, and he would chase me around the study hall and things until I decided to let him catch me.
After we went out a couple times, I just had her on my mind all the time, and I knowed something was working on me. And we split up, and we both dated other people, but we got back together. And we broke up again, and we got back together. And I went into service, and she got to going with somebody else, and my mother wrote me a letter and told me that Shirley was going with somebody else. My mother thought a lot of Shirley. So I wrote her a letter, and when she got the letter, she broke up with the other guy. Then we went to study until we married.
Marshall and I were married in 1955. I was raised in a Christian home. We had Bible study and prayer. And at the age of 7, I realized that I was lost and that if I died, I would go to hell and the rest of my family was going to heaven. So I told my parents, and I accepted Jesus as my Savior at 7 years old.
I never did know what it was to go to church until we moved. And when we moved, I got to go on friends with these boys, and they went to church and they went to Bible school, and I went with them and got interested. Then I was saved during revival we had at Pellville.
We did bus ministry at Pellville for 19 years.
We started with an old international school bus and one kid. A year later, we had 43 enrolled.
We go out and visit on Friday afternoon or Saturday almost every week, and then we pick the kids up on Sunday morning. We always had a devotion with them on the van before we went in, and we tried to teach them about God. It was 1 year before we had anyone that accepted Jesus as their Savior. I was getting a little discouraged, but when they started, we had several of them. One revival, we had 7 saved, and God really blessed it, and when I look back, I think it was the most blessed time that we had in our marriage. I also do jail ministry, which I enjoy very much. Jail ministry is a hard ministry. It's a sad ministry. But God gives you so much joy while you're doing it. And to see one girl give her heart to Jesus is worth every effort that we make. So no, I don't think you ever get too old to serve God, and I hope when I die that I'm somewhere serving God.
Since I have joined this church, I have come closer to God, and I'm just living a better life. I want to tell the church that we need to love each other more, we need to pray more, and we need to put our church first and try to be to it at every meeting we have and try to take a part. There's not many people that gets to give their testimony on their 77th birthday. And I want to tell all of you something. The road to heaven, you turn right and go straight.
If you're here today and you don't know Jesus and you haven't accepted Him as your Savior and He's not in your heart, you're missing one of the most wonderful things that you can have in life. When God made us, He left a small part of our heart that He's the only thing that can fill it. You can try to fill it with people, you can try to fill it with material things, you can try to fill it with pleasures, but that will not fill it. Only God can fill that vacant part, and we have to let Him. But when He puts His love in our heart, everything changes for better. We look at other people differently, and our life is just greater. I'm Shirley Beach, and we are called to be sent.
I am Marshall Beach, and you are called to be sent.